So, Brian, one of the things that you may not know is I actually am doing my first and maybe my only 10-week boot camp. I wanted to take a set of students, in this case, I think it's 43, through a 10-week boot camp, basically so I can record it and give the 10 weeks away. That's my goal and why this may be a one-time thing.
Okay.
But we just had a session where people were showing me their tracking spreadsheet, their buy box, all the stuff that I talk about. And everyone is showing negative cash flow. They're alligators, right? They're still early. We're still learning. So it's all good. But dude, today it is hard to find cash flow. Certainly, probably harder. Let me make sure this is right. Yeah, it is the hardest time to find cash flow in my 22-year journey. So I just want to talk about that reality and say, so what? Keep going, right?
Yeah.
This is not permission to stop. What do you think of all that?
Yeah, you made me think for a minute. It's been 17 years for me. And yeah, I would say this is the most difficult time for sure.
Yeah.
For a lot of factors that I think we cover in a myriad of other videos, so there's no point in getting into that. But my message and sentiment to my students is exactly the same. I'm having a day with BA for about 4 or 5 students.
A day with BA. I like that.
A
Brian
day with
Adams. I
BA.
like that.
Yeah,
Catchy.
yeah. So they're coming out. We're going out on the Sprinter van Wednesday
Ooh,
this week. And I'm gonna take them through some of my apartments along with just teaching them some stuff in the field.
I like
Um,
it.
but I say all that to say my message to them, and because I'm gonna actually take them out on and look at some properties on the MLS while we're there and have them
Yeah.
submit some offers, because there are still deals to be had. While it is more challenging to find, the cookie cutter deals, they don't exist, but
Mhm.
you can still make a deal off the MLS. And
Exactly.
we've got students that are still doing it, maybe not, at the frequency in which, it once was, but they're still happening. And it's just up to us to, number one, do the work, as Mike always says, understand what your buy box is, understand what your yield thresholds are, right? What are you willing to do a deal at? What are you not willing to do a deal at? And if nothing else, don't do a bad deal, period. Like, don't
Exactly.
make the excuse that you buy an alligator. I met a guy who actually he comes from the channel. He saw me at the gym here in Orlando a few weeks
Nice.
ago. He was like, "Oh man, I love you on one rental at a time," And he said, "You and
That's
Mike
awesome.
probably both were going to get on me about this, but I've been buying for equity."
Oh,
I know, I know. I had the same
ouch.
reaction, right? And he's buying in the neighborhood we live in, which is not a cash flow neighborhood, right? So I get it, but at the same time, it's like, to carry a note of that size and you got negative cash flow to the tune of $1,000, $2,000 every month, just waiting for one day where you think you're going to be able to cash out. It's gut wrenching to me, Mike. And
Oh, it
I'm
is.
a little spoiled because I invest in the Midwest where I can go and make cash flow deals happen. It's just the type of marketplace that
Yeah.
exists there. I just refuse to do it, man. Under no circumstances, I just refuse to do it.
I refuse to do it.